driving through, looks like the swamp.
Good afternoon, or good morning. This is Cynthia Denson.
Wow, I'm surprised you
Hello.
answered. Hi, my name's Amanda Baise. I live in Virginia Beach, and I was calling to speak to someone about the spraying of Roundup on the city streets.
Okay, and talk to me. We do use Roundup.
Right.
Is- Okay.
Okay, yeah, I know that. That's why I'm calling. I'm calling to speak to somebody about the spraying of Roundup. Who makes decisions?
What?
Who's the person that decides on what to spray on the city?
Actually, it's very regulated, so it just depends. Where are you talking about
I'm talking about,
specifically?
well, I personally live at Oceana at the Navy base, but I'm talking about just anywhere in Virginia Beach. I know you guys don't switch up the concoction that you're spraying at the time. So I just,
Yeah, we do.
well,
It depends
you
on.
do when people like me complain, like I single-handedly ended the spraying of Scourge in the city of Virginia Beach. So I'm trying to do the same thing with poisonous Roundup that you guys continue to coat the city streets with when you know that it causes non-Hodgkins lymphoma. Since all the commercials are on TV, you have absolutely no excuse to spray Roundup when you know it could possibly cause cancer.
Well, okay, I'm gonna just tell you like I've told everybody, and I've done a lot of research on it because I too believe that there are problems with glyphosate. Um, the major damage done with glyphosate is actually by farmers using it to desiccate grain crops, and so they spray it overcast an entire area of their crops. They do it on corn, they do it on soy, they do it on a lot of crops so that they can get it quicker to harvest. So, and then I'm not done though, but yes, you're right. It has been shown to be related to certain cancers. It's also been shown to have been related to people having very severe allergic reactions, and if not used properly, even the people who are spraying it have can have serious issues. Um, and the only thing I can say is that we really, really try hard. We stop spraying pesticides. So if we have a pest on a particular plant, we just say, you know what? It wasn't meant to be here. If it doesn't make it through this pest, we're going to count it off our list, or we're not going to use it anymore because it's not sustainable. And as we want to protect the pollinators. So we stopped that probably about, I want to say, at least 6 years ago.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, ma'am. So you're telling me that the city of Virginia Beach has stopped spraying pesticides 6 years ago? I'd be very careful with the words you choose, ma'am.
I can't talk for mosquito control, but I am.
Right, exactly. Exactly,
for
because mosquito, I know everybody over there at Mosquito Control Abatement. So for you to say that we stopped spraying, the city of Virginia Beach.
I meant our department.
Your
yes,
department? That doesn't matter when you have an entire other department that's doing that job for you, that is killing your so-called pollinators for you. You know, I mean, look, I have absolutely no idea why you, with all these risks that you just told me, that you just stated that you knew yourself, why that you guys would continue.
You wouldn't let me finish.
I'll let you finish with some more risks if you have some more.
No, I mean, I could probably go on and I could probably do more research to find out more risk related, but our chemical applicators are using Roundup selectively, so they're not doing over-the-top broadcast spraying. They're spraying specific weeds. They're using it at the lowest rate, and they are targeting just that weed. When used properly, Roundup quickly is taken up through whatever plant that it was targeted to do, and it quickly it becomes doesn't travel in the soil like many other weed killers or pest killers. So it's not persistent. It's there and then gone.
Okay, so my question to you would be, what do you think happens when that bee lands on that targeted plant with the Roundup? It kills it, okay? So it's not just targeting the thing. I mean, the bees and all the other insects, and when you keep saying, use it properly, how do you know that every single person's going to use it properly? That's too much of a wild card, too much of a risk that we're not willing to take. I don't consent to any of this.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I totally appreciate what you're saying, and I do, you know, I honestly, yeah, I would love not to spray chemicals.
So don't spray the chemicals. Or who's responsible for making the decisions of what they spray and how much?
It really is. By law, we have to. Each team who is spraying chemicals has to read the label because that is the law. Label is the law, and they add the appropriate amount of chemicals.
But who determines what's appropriate? That's what I'm trying to find out. Who's above you?
The administrator, and then beyond that is the director.
Okay, can I make an appointment? Can I make an appointment to come see the administrator?
Well, not with me, but you can call back. I can give you the mainline number, and
are you the administrator?
No, I'm an operations coordinator. So,
when you say operations coordinator, I'm saying, do you specifically know what they're spraying and how much? I mean, do you make any?
I do. I know what my horticulture team is spraying at any given time. Yeah.
And you don't have any say in that? I mean, or do you?
I know that we are going to continue to spray because there's
no way
in a city this size.
Yeah, you're definitely. I'm ending the spraying of Roundup in the city of Virginia Beach. My name's Amanda Baise.
Well, I applaud you and I say go forward. But
all right, thank you.
That's not.
There's what you call it? There's organic. All different types of organic concoctions that you can make that include like vinegar. I haven't actually, I've researched it and I actually sent the stuff to the pesticide man like a long time ago. But I'm saying there's other stuff that you can find easily on the internet, organic things that don't hurt bees. Once the bees go, we go. You already know this. There's colony collapse disorder going left and right everywhere. I'm a beekeeper myself. I speak from experience. Each year I have bees. I record it all, put it on Facebook, show people how to do it and stuff. Of course, my beehives almost always die. So anyways, I'm just very concerned about the entire thing. If you guys don't spray anything poisonous, why do I have a red placard on my mailbox? What is that to protect me from? Okay, I know what's going on. You guys are spraying. You have one team that sprays for pesticides. You guys spray the Roundup. I've busted your backpack sprayers countless times, spraying school bus stops right before the children get there. Then they step in it. It's all over their feet. I've had your trucks come down my street, spraying little kids on Halloween, all kinds of stuff. It's shocking and jarring. So I just want some recourse. I want to be able to speak to somebody and have a say because I don't consent to this, and neither do any of my friends.
Well, one of the best ways you can do that is, speak to, you certainly can go up the chain to the administrator and
so connect me with the administrator. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I can give him your name and number and have him call you back. I'm not in the same office as he is.
Okay, is that what you want to do? And then the administrator will call me back?
Sure. Let me verify. That's okay.
Okay, now who is this?
Simsy Denson. I just spoke with you earlier this morning in reference to the
Roundup.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. I was just giving you a call back. Talked with my supervisor, who is the administrator, and I wanted to email you some information, and maybe you can also share your information. We are going to continue to use Roundup responsibly. But,
there's no responsible way to use Roundup. That's the unfortunate part.
There is, but I understand your concern and.
Yeah, but by you choosing that, see, I don't consent to that, and neither do any of my friends. So how are you going above us to spray something that we know is toxic and we don't agree to? I mean, I need to know what I can do to stop this, because if you think by you telling me that your
I mean,
supervisor is saying that you're going to continue spraying it, so you're going to
yes,
continue, that's incorrect. You're not going to
no.
continue spraying it, because I'm going to personally stop you, and I need to know how.
Well, you'd have to change law. You'd have to
Okay,
go
that's fine.
to,
Where do I
you'd
begin?
have to go to I guess, probably contact Richmond,
Okay.
contact the, gosh, what is the
You have absolutely no say in
governor?
it?
I do, and I'm telling you that, well, I know it's contradictory. Am, we are going to continue to spray. It's contradictory to you, I understand.
Well, I
And
mean, who is deciding that?
honestly,
Who's voting on that?
it's not a vote. We just, we know that we apply that particular chemical, which is,
Okay.
we don't use
Glyphosate.
Roundup, it's glyphosate, yeah,
Right.
in a very responsible way.
Okay, but I'm
And
saying that I do not consent to that. So you're now telling me that you're going to go over me telling you that I don't want to breathe that stuff in. I don't want it around me. Period. You're saying that it doesn't matter, right? That you don't need my consent or any of my neighbors' consent.
no, you don't. We don't. And again, we're not doing this to hurt anybody. We're just
Okay, that may
responsibly.
not be the intent, but the ending
Yeah,
result is showing high cases of cancer everywhere. Aside from bee colony collapse disorder, we've already
they
discussed this, and you even
that
admitted that
yeah.
you would like to use something
Well,
organic.
if we could find a economical, on behalf of the citizens, because we're using taxpayer money, if I could find
Wait a
an
second, did you just
economical,
say you're
right?
using taxpayer money? So
Obviously
you're
we are.
using my money to buy your poison to spray it on me and kill me against my consent, and you're
Well,
robbing me
that's
to do
how
it.
we're. That is how we're
Good
funded.
God.
We work for the citizens of Virginia Beach,
Oh,
for the
you're not
visitors
working
of
for me
Virginia
right now.
Beach.
You're working against me,
I
but
know, and sometimes that there are people who do not agree with
I
our
don't think that if the
policy, or
majority of people had the information that I have about about Roundup in general, that they would agree to this. I think they're only agreeing by ignorance. And you already said there's no vote on this, so how would you know who agrees and who doesn't agree?
well, let me put it this way: we just haven't put anything forth as far as a vote.
I think it's about money, and that's my personal
Right.
opinion. So, I mean, look, I think an organic option would probably be cheaper. I don't know. Maybe the chemicals are cheaper because the chemicals they add to the food make the food cheaper. Organic food's more expensive. This is sad. Well, anyway, so are you telling me that the administrator is not going to be calling me back?
Um, Not right now, not unless you
So wait, no,
absolutely
no,
have
no.
to.
I don't agree to that. I need to speak to somebody above you because I'm going up the ladder. You can't just
Well,
say, "Oh, we're
beyond
not
me
going to
would.
talk to this girl because she's going to give us a bunch of hell and she doesn't want to be poisoned. So we're just going to
No, what I was
not
going
talk
to
to her."
suggest is I was going to give you my email, and you could send
But
me an
I've
email.
already told you everything, and you've already said that you can make some decisions, and you're still choosing, even against what seems to be your own will,
Well,
to
I know I have made a decision, and the decision is that we will continue to apply. Um,
poisonous Roundup that's causing non-Hodgkins lymphoma, and there's millions of lawsuits out there. They've set aside billions of
can you
dollars.
send me the? Yeah, I think there's been one case proven in that, and that was a lawsuit in California. So
So yeah, so in other words, all these lawyers, because I just came back from California, ma'am, literally last week, and the commercials for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cases against Roundup was every single commercial break. Different lawyers. I have them here. 5 different lawyers trying to get stuff, money. I mean, that's just in a commercial break. So don't act like there's only been one lawsuit, which was a guy that got
Well, there are lawsuits, but there's only been one lawsuit. And I have looked at data. I have looked at data and research on the cancer, and I'm not going to argue with you whether or not there's potential for it. But again, I think it really plays into how it's used. Again, some of the biggest probably worst cases of the use of glyphosate is on farmland to desiccate crops to get it
Well, then it's not being regulated appropriately. It all begins and ends with the government. There's no way you can weasel out of it. The unfortunate part for you is that everybody's going to hear this, and they're going to hear that I'm giving you information. I'm giving you ways out. Like, you can Google online, spend a day researching and find an organic option and try it. I mean, you guys aren't even trying anything else. Say, oh, well, there's nothing else. Of course there's not if you haven't tried anything.
Well, how about if you give me your email, and
Okay.
I was going to send you some information, and then you'll have my email,
Okay.
and we'll keep in touch because
I'm not going to stop harassing you about poisoning me. You're right. That's why we're going to keep in touch. Yep.
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay, cool. You ready for my email?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a long one. Okay, it's
okay.
Madison.